You are now listening to a very special edition of the Cross-Platform Chat podcast. Play has no limits.
Welcome. This is episode 8 of Cross-Platform Chat, a podcast about video games and nerdy things. My name is Matt, joined by two of my best gaming buddies on the microphone. Cross-Platform Chat is a conversation among friends, and we bring our distinct perspectives on games, but we are cross-platform and backwards compatible, so our door is always open to gamers of all flavors, and we welcome you to the house of Cross-Plat Chat. So pull up a chair, stay a while, why don't you? Let's chop this thing up, hang out with the cool kids. Let me welcome my partners in crime, my boys, Devon, otherwise known as Sonic Boom in the room.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Sonic Boom. I will not torment you about Ad Astra applesauce. I finally said it right. And our other brohead, sorry, Greg, otherwise known as the Human Platinum himself. How you doing?
Pretty good.
Well, boys, let's not waste time. Let's dig right into this thing. It's been a hell of a week for next-gen consoles. We previously recorded our podcast on our Xbox Series X first impressions. So now we're back with our first impressions of the PlayStation 5. A day late, but not a dollar short. Sonic Boom, I know you didn't pick up a PS5 yourself, but feel free to chime in.
I did not, no.
Offer your
but
thoughts.
I will be stirring the pot. As the local Xbot, I'll be just poking and prodding.
Well, it wouldn't be the same without you. All right. Greg and I were chatting just a tiny bit. We both got our PlayStation 5s. Greg, I'm super curious to hear your thoughts. I guess you are the only one on the podcast that has both next-gen consoles.
Oh,
man, Richie McRicherson over here. It must be nice to have a job.
Rolling high. So, Greg, I've got a series of questions. All
right.
I guess just one...
First, the same questions from last time?
Here and there. The quick fire questions are different, but you know they kind of go through the same paces a little bit. First thing, I just want to get your first thoughts after your first night of McLovin with the PS5. Your first thought.
Yeah, it's good. First impression. Despite all the videos and everything, it still shocked me how big this thing is.
Yeah. No, it's a beast.
Like,
did you have to call like your dad and a couple uncles to help you lift it out of the box?
Oh, it was there is not a millimeter of extra room in my entertainment center too, by the way. It is tight.
Oh, man. But she fits.
Yeah.
Damn it, she fits.
It might not ever come out, but it fits.
Jam it in there with like a
camera. It was I had to like angle it in to get it and then tilt it up right, but
hell it in there like a couch.
I felt like moving a couch into a new place for sure. But
yeah, it's big. When I got my just the box size alone, it's like one of those sizes of boxes where you just repeat to yourself like Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me?
It's like a small suitcase.
Anvil. It really is. I almost made that joke on Twitter. I was going to take a picture of a suitcase and say, PS5 travel case. I didn't. But I guess there's still time. And I know I've heard people say this, but I actually agree. I like the look of it better, like holding it. I actually think it's still obnoxiously futuristic looking, but I think it's pretty slick looking. I like it. I like the look of it.
Have you futzed with the fins yet? Either one of you?
No, I haven't cracked it open or anything.
No.
Too afraid?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a real need to at this point.
I was about to say, I'll cross that bridge when I get there.
Yeah.
But I really like.
I will say it is
too.
It is done the opposite. Is having it in my entertainment center. Like, I do not like how it looks at all.
Yeah, shut the door on that thing.
Yeah, it is not doing it for me.
I have I feel lucky because I have like this massive like stack shelf just for my consoles and my amplifier, and it doesn't look too massive in there because it's made like as like an amplifier stack shelf, but I did put it on the very bottom level because I'm like, if it did fall through this glass, at least it wouldn't fall like 3 feet to its depth. I was like worried how heavy it was. So, all right. Greg, you didn't get your console on launch day, and thoughts and prayers to you.
Who dropped the ball?
Amazon.
Name those names.
Yeah. Well, Bezos. I guess Amazon and Target did both. But Target, to be fair, always said it's going to be a few days late. Amazon had been like, no, it's coming day one. You're getting it. And
Thursday,
then all day long, it was like, yeah, you're getting it. And then at like 3 p.m., it was like, oh, it's going to be delayed. I'm like, yeah, no. I could tell it's still like 4 hours away.
I love when Amazon does that for other packages too. They're like, oh, it's still coming. It's like, if it's not on a truck now, I'm not getting it.
Yeah, exactly. But even that next day, all day long, I was like, man, they still have not updated this. It's not out for delivery. And then it just showed up. So, I don't know. So
they got it together over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, my console that I got direct from Sony was the first to show up, and I'm glad because I paid extra for shipping. But like my Amazon backup console showed up like maybe 45 minutes after that. So
wow,
felt pretty lucky.
But hey, you got that sweet thank you note.
Yeah, man, they gave Actually, I downloaded. I think they have like exclusive avatars or something.
Yeah, I saw those. That's kind of cool.
But so let me ask you, what did you get along with your console? Games, peripherals, etc.
Nothing physical, like just the console itself.
Digital.
Yeah.
Would you have gotten the digital console if that thing existed?
I would have considered it, but I do still have quite a few PS4 games on disc.
Yeah, right.
So, but yeah, if I had the opportunity, I might have.
I got the console. I got the everything charge dock, which I really like, an extra controller, 3D.
I did.
Headset.
I did get an extra controller a few weeks back.
Yeah, and while we're on the subject, how's your battery life been? Have you noticed any difference with the PS4 controller?
I have not. I plugged them both in. As I was setting up and everything, and then I have not had to charge either of them yet. Yeah,
I should do a playtest with it. I've actually heard people say it's less than the DualShock, which would not shock me at all.
Yeah, that's a rumor I heard too, but
it's
got a lot going on in there now.
It really does. Yeah. But I just put it in the dock after I use it, so I should do a playtest, see how long it takes to kill it. But sorry.
No, I was just saying, with everything going on that controller, it's kind of expected that the battery life might not be as long because you have the extra pulse triggers. What do they call those triggers? Adaptive, and then little LED. Haptic. There you go. So, and then all the other stuff that's going on. So that's my 2 cents.
While we're on the topic of the controller, I was just talking about first impressions. Like, to me, most people's first impressions seem to start with that controller, and I think for good reason. What were your first impressions of the DualSense, Greg?
Well, putting it the extra one I got early, kind of just holding it in my hand, I like how it feels better than the DualShock 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a little bigger, a little wider. Everything feels a little wider apart, but yeah, it's good. It's hefty. It's closer to a Duke controller than they've ever been, for sure.
Oh yeah, Dukes.
I
that's a
really
controller.
like the size of it. Yeah, they do. I have a couple boat anchors around here somewhere. Have to go digging, but
Oh,
yeah,
that's
I
a
really
buyer's
like the size
controller.
of them. I really like the size of the DualSense. Like I've got, but despite what Sonic Boom tries to tell you, I've got really big
So
hands,
tiny,
really big hands, my golden mitts,
microscopic,
and they're really good at
like a
playing games,
child,
just like a child, a
baby,
very large child,
a baby child, infant.
beast of a child. But it's I just like the form factor I like better, and I didn't think that I would say this soon that I all right like when I go back to touch the DualShock 4 just to play around with it, it already feels I already prefer the DualSense like already.
Yeah.
So
I've got the same reaction going to the older Xbox One controllers. So I still
Yeah.
got the S upstairs, and it's one of those. It's just there's something that's just slightly different between the two that it's noticeable, and so.
So what's your take on like how it performs, how it functions, Greg? What do you think?
Pretty cool. Like probably along with most people, Astrobot's first thing I tried out because it was pre-installed. But yeah, it's neat. Like the first time it caught me on guard, it was like test out the triggers, and you have to like it's like really tight, and you have to like push through, and it feels like you're like breaking through something with them.
Yeah, totally.
And
totally.
that was like, oh, okay, I get it now. And yeah, I think the triggers where the best improvements are for sure. Like the haptic stuff is cool. Like it is very like minute. Like you could tell a lot of small differences, but I think those triggers really make a difference.
Yeah, I completely agree. I like how they like fire up Astro because the first thing they do is do that little like controller demo.
Yeah,
and they kind of do like this the haptics like from minute to more I don't know, powerful rumble from the bottom of the controller to the top, and then they do that trigger demo that you were discussing, and
yeah,
oh my god, right when that adaptive trigger demo, I was like, I don't know what I was quite expecting, but that was so damn cool. I was like, Jesus, that's crazy. I do feel like I kind of feel like I'm breaking it at first because it has that.
Yeah, that was my first thing. Was like, oh, don't push it. Yeah,
I know, like it's okay.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, could you see someone just jamming on that thing so hard that they break the gears on it?
You know,
or is there some kind of like?
It's got to be possible. Surely they have things to fail safe that, but
I'd hope so, because I don't want some kid who's not paying attention and say they're playing COD and their gun jams and they just crank on that right trigger and just break the teeth on the gears that are inside that thing.
Which, with what I've played, there's nothing that like keeps it to where you can't do it. It just makes it harder.
And having said that, like I'm surprised how much tension they can actually apply to the damn thing. I'm like, God, that does feel like it's, I don't know. It feels like a lot of tension. It's really weird. And then I really like how it actually sends rumble haptics into the trigger also.
Yeah.
Like if you're doing that little like frog spring contraption in Astro, and if you charge it and then let it go, and it feels kind of like a trigger. But then if you press the trigger all the way down before he lands, you kind of feel like the reverberation of the spring as it's landing. It's really awesome as hell.
Yeah, it kind of like that is one of the first things that got me on the Xbox One, like playing Forza and stuff, is the feedback of the triggers. And like when you're braking real hard and stuff, it kind of has that same feedback, and that stuff's really cool.
Yeah, I was super impressed. The haptics to me, they're not quite as, I would say, they're like an iteration of HD, and I guess you could call it HD Rumble. Like it's really
it is a lot like the Switch. I feel like they're implementing it better than the Switch ever did, but it's kind of the same feel.
The Rumble itself feels stronger to me than the Switch also. So they have a broader range of what they can actually do with it, but super.
Yeah, those Joy-Cons are tiny, so I gotta imagine they're struggling to get much of that in there.
So, what about games? What have you played? What are your first impressions?
Okay. So did Astrobot, and then first thing was Demon Souls downloaded. So I've done some of that. Miles Morales. and I've downloaded, but I've not started Bug Snacks.
Talking about bug snacks. You are
Yeah,
getting bug
yeah.
snacks.
So
Well,
yeah,
any particular thoughts? What stood out to you?
honestly, Astrobot more than anything has like
Astro's
that.
so good.
That game is great. Like I want a full length game of that so bad.
No, seriously, I agree with you. As I play it, like a couple things stick out. Number one, like I think it's really smart that it's pack-in software. They
Mm-hmm.
could have easily sold that. It's really that good. And I've played it. I haven't looked at my counter, but I would say at least 4 to 5 hours at least of it.
Yeah.
I would say. And
That's a PS Plus game, right?
No, it's just pre-installed on
yeah,
every system.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what about PS4 players? Do they get it too?
no.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like extremely. I mean, it really makes me wonder what Asobi, the team who does it, does next. I mean, you have to assume they're probably going to keep doing Astrobot, but
I
it really
really
makes
hope.
me.
I mean, having this pre-installed gives them a big audience of people that have played it. Hopefully,
Yeah, right,
and
right.
then hopefully they
It's that
can
recognition.
roll that into a new one.
And I hope they get more attention because I mean, technically, they had Astro's Playroom on the PS4 when it launched,
Mm-hmm.
and I barely touched it really. I
Yeah,
mean, it
it
was
was
cool, but it was
nowhere this cool. Like it was
no,
like,
no, no.
oh, tilt your controller. Oh, like flick up and you can knock things around. Like
Yeah, it was like the
it was.
touchpad kind of demo.
Yeah, it was just like a little almost gadget more than a game.
This thing is like just undeniably well made. It's a stellar platformer.
Yeah,
It-
yeah.
God, it's so damn good.
It just
And the other thing was like, go ahead.
the nostalgia hits, like just random
my
stuff,
God,
like
dude.
oh,
So-
here's the PS Move sharpshooter. Remember that? I'm like, yeah, I
Hell yeah.
remember that.
All this quirky stuff.
Yeah.
How much of those things have you unlocked?
I've done I the worlds I've done are the PS2, PS3, and PS4 ones.
You've done a good
And
amount. You've done a good
yeah,
amount.
and I mean, there still seems to be quite a bit that I've not unlocked in those.
Man, it's so awesome to kind of walk through like the history of PlayStation, and
Yeah.
they have like every reference of any
Oh
game
my goodness.
profile that's ever been on PlayStation. It's so awesome, and it like by the end of it, and it ends really well. I haven't collected every single thing, but I've gone through to the end,
Yeah.
and like it ends so well. It's like so badass. It's so damn cool. But like it really makes you think. Like PlayStation has really built a legacy. They're not Nintendo. They never will be. Nintendo is a legacy company, but like at this point, PlayStation is a mainstay, and they really have an amazing library of games, and it just makes you just so nostalgic, like you said, so nostalgic about eras, and they incorporate sounds and gadgets and references. It's so damn charming. I love it.
Yeah. Like it is the closest to like Nintendo quality they've ever been. I feel like with this game, like it feels like a Nintendo game.
It really does. It really does. It's so creative. So, you died. Demon Souls. What'd you think?
It's good. It's real good. It is core. Like that is the best looking of all the next gen stuff I've played. I feel like for sure.
I'll try not to make this long, but graphically, it might be I'm not a PC gamer, so I know if you're looking for graphical fidelity, PC is going to be where it is. But
yeah,
as far as console, it is graphically the best thing I've ever seen. Just graphical fidelity, it's unreal. And it's really the first time I've played on my new giant OLED, so that's part of it too.
Oh yeah.
Jesus, it's so the attention to detail, and just like I really like the respect for source material, almost to a fault at times. They're so.
What's that running at? What's the frame rate?
The performance
resolution?
is 60 frames 4K.
64K. Ooh, very
It's
nice.
freaking amazing.
Smooth. I've not
It's insane.
come into any slowdown or anything.
And the oh my god, the sound is on another
Yeah,
level. It's insane. And I have never heard my sound system sound better. I'm not just saying that. I've had like 4K Blu-rays, other consoles. It's like so much better. I can't even believe it. I cranked the hell out of it on my sound system just because I wanted to get a sense of
Oh
the
yeah,
fidelity.
yeah.
It is like piercing. It's so damn. The fidelity is amazing. I go on about Demon Souls. I think
Yeah.
it's incredible.
It's so good. It's,
phenomenal.
I mean, that's gonna be where like the chunk of my time is across all the launch games on PS5 for sure.
I think I have around 8 hours in it, and I'm just it doesn't stop with the quality. It's so damn good. Jesus Christ.
Do they change any of the like mechanics or anything else other than just the graphics?
No, and that's the thing is, I think that no, basically they took the code of the original Demon Souls. They changed the animations. They changed a lot about.
I know they changed, like you can roll in 8 directions instead of just 4 now.
Oh yeah, right. They have multi-directional roll, but other than that, it's Demon Souls, and I
Yeah.
would say it's loyally Demon Souls in all the best and sometimes the worst ways, and I could see both sides of that. So if you've never played Demon Souls before, I could see where like somebody would go through like Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, and even Bloodborne, and maybe even Sekiro, and then come back and be like, damn, it feels like a different game, and it really is because it was the precursor to a whole genre that they more or less invented. But I would say, it speaks to how rock solid that system was because I go back to it and it doesn't really feel dated to me.
Yeah, like I mean, I've not played enough of the original to really for it to count for anything. Like I've just barely touched it, and this does not feel old in any way to me, for sure.
It's the lore of that game is like so deep too. I mean, it's definitely more of a paced RPG than certainly like Bloodborne. Bloodborne is like an all-out assault, but and it's supposed to be faster. To me, that's where From Software has been going. Is just more of a fast-paced action game. Certainly like Sekiro, but yeah, Demon Souls is phenomenal. Well, I think it's the best thing that PlayStation's ever launched.
It's solid.
And I don't think PlayStation has historically launched with amazing software, so that might not be saying a ton, but still, to me, it's their best launch piece of software they've ever done. Pretty easily, in my opinion. What about Spider-Man? How much of that have you played? Miles.
I'd say probably an hour and a half.
Yeah, about me too.
Yeah, you can just feel the budget in that game is so high. Like it's just such a feast for the eyes.
No, it really it feels like
the animations and everything, like all the finishers and stuff, so good.
Half the time I'm like, I can't. It's almost indistinguishable if it's a CG or a game at times. I mean, they kind of do that. Like, it's really incredible, man. I didn't play Spider-Man 2018, but I was pretty taken with it. Really.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I haven't played Spider-Man.
You should play that first one.
You need to put your pony card in.
Well, I'm a phony pony. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like the default mode is like 30 FPS, 4K, and ray tracing, and the ray tracing looks great. But I ended up switching over to the 60 FPS that it stays at 4K, but it cuts out the ray tracing, and I think that's a okay trade off for my tastes.
Yeah, and I think they still have like this SSR, that screen.
Oh yeah.
So it's not
like it still looks great.
Yeah. I got to this one part like where you're inside and I don't know if they're in like some sort of, I don't know what the building is, but like everything is reflecting, and then you have like 30 people, and my God, I'm like,
house of beer. They all have like lights on their costumes and stuff. It's all reflected. Cool. Yeah, it's a looker for sure.
Have you guys come across any bugs or glitches with that game? I've seen a couple of good ones out there on the Twitterverse.
No,
Not with
I've
Spider-Man.
like I said, I've only played, Spider-Man.
I've
Like I said, I've only played probably an hour and a half, so I haven't done a lot of exploring or anything.
definitely seen bugs in Demon Souls, but I haven't seen any in Spider-Man.
Like what?
This happened in the first Demon Souls too, so I don't know if this is because carryover of coding. But
they're
like
just
Legacy
I
bugs.
say they're
seem
just
like-
keeping true.
they had it was like a floating asset. It was like a floating sword or something somewhere. I was like,
Huh.
this one just got locked in time. Now it's floating here.
Nice.
I did have a Astrobot like kind of hard crashed on me. I
Oh, me
think.
too, actually. I had that.
Yeah.
I had I noted I didn't know if it was related to this, but like I had Demon Souls suspended and then I started Astrobot and it started and then it just stopped. I was like,
Weird. Yeah, I was playing. I think I had finished a level, and the screen just went black, and I was like,
shit.
I thought my TV had shut off, and I was like, what? But then I hit like the PS button, and like the bottom part would pop up. So I was like, oh, this is just the game is
Wake up, Astro.
dead. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
did
one
have
of
that
one of my
phenomenon.
questions was going to be if you've encountered any of those system crashes or hard drive breaking bugs.
Ugh, no, luckily I've heard some rough stuff about that.
Yeah, I haven't had anything yet. Crossing fingers. But I will say one thing for sure: the disk drive is loud.
Oh yeah.
Well, at least when I installed a game, I don't know if you had this experience. When I was installing Demon Souls, when it physically runs the disc, like I was
Mhm.
really surprised how loud it was.
Oh wow.
I don't know if it's like, I don't know if that's just on install. I've only noticed it when I was installing Demon Souls, and otherwise it's been quiet. But the I don't know, it was really loud when I was installing.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
I've not put a disc in either of these systems, and I've not heard a single noise out of either of them aside from the beeps
The beep.
turning on.
Um,
Which it's kind of disappointed that both of these systems have the same exact beep as the previous one.
I know, right?
I'm like,
I was kind of
oh,
hoping
okay.
something different.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, what do you think about the UI, by the way?
I'm still figuring it out. I'm not crazy about it, but that just might be because I'm not used to it. Unless I'm missing something, like it's kind of weird. Like if you're in a game and you want to look at trophies, like those don't just come up on that crossbar thing unless it's like a certain couple they pick. You got to like go to your profile and then trophies,
Oh yeah, I guess that is true.
and
about
that's kind of
I don't want that
know.
to be 2 button clicks away and scrolling.
yeah. I'm just kind of like it'd be nice if it was overlaid, but yeah. So
Seems like it.
and the store is weird.
I've actually
like-
barely gone into the store.
Like it's just part of the UI now, which is cool in theory, but like there's no way to look at like what games are on sale or like it's like if you want to look at PS4 games, it is here, browse all PS4 games.
Oh yeah,
And it's just a huge list. So like I don't know if they're just intending for you to like use the app if you want to use better, because the app is great now
Yeah.
for the store.
Yeah.
I don't know if they just want you to do that, but yeah, it's a little bare bones. But I mean, it's fast. It's
I was about to say it
better
was
than the
quick.
past store.
The old one. Yeah. But yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I'm still feeling my way around it. I really like the UI generally, but the first reaction is, oh, it's new, I don't like it.
Yeah,
After a little while, little things like holding the PlayStation button as opposed to tapping it does 2 different things,
Mhm.
which is not super clear. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I really like where they're going. Obviously, it's going to iterate a ton.
Yeah. There's nothing I'd like just downright hate. I think it's just kind of muscle memory's not there yet.
Yeah, sure. I'm trying to think of anything else off the top of my noggin. Anything you don't like for yourself, Greg?
Really, I think kind of just that store is the only thing that kind of is an off-putting me. But I'm sure that'll get updated pretty quick.
I had 2 things. One, which I already said, which was the disk drive was loud on install. I guess it's not a big thing because once it's installed, I never hear it again. But yeah, I guess it just scared me, and I didn't like that. It was funny because like the disc it started getting loud on the install. It's like I was remembering you telling your story about playing your Xbox Series X, and you thought something bad was happening. And
oh yeah,
so I was like, the first thing in my mind was, I hope there's a guy outside with a chainsaw. For some reason, I thought. But the other thing is like, I like the physical design of the console, but putting a disc in is really freaking weird because of the angle of the bottom of the console. It's not. It's just not as accessible as it should be. It's kind of like they built something obnoxiously futuristic, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we have to be able to put a disc in the bottom of this."
Oh, I mean, yeah. You look at the two versions of this console, you could absolutely tell which one they designed first,
totally,
and then which one they bolted on a disc drive to.
Prager's lump on the bottom of it.
Yeah.
If the bottom side was just straight, it would be easier. But it's like this overhang cliff thing, and it, like when the disc is ejected, I can't like put my spindle over the top. It's really weird.
Huh. So like
really
palm the disc like a Neanderthal.
Yeah, or get under it and do like a reach around sort of thing.
Yeah.
So that's
this is just nitty gritty, but which way does the disc face when you like the label of the disc?
It's the same way. I mean, it's well, sorry, if it's standing up.
Yeah.
I guess the label would be facing towards the left.
Okay.
Is that right?
Okay.
Is that right? Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I guess. Okay. Yeah, that'd be the way if you had it sideways. Okay.
Anyone have any install mishaps with HDMI cables?
No.
Okay, good.
No,
Good.
no,
Yeah,
all good.
Nothing.
Their included one seems solid too.
Very nice.
Yeah, mine was fine. Didn't have any cinnamon moments. Thank God. How's that going, by the way? How's cinnamon? All right.
Cinnamon's in the dump.
Cinnamon, nice. Where it belongs, man. You don't do that shit on day one.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I played some Call of Duty last night for a couple hours.
Tell us what you're playing, Devin. We want to hear from you now. Sorry.
Yeah, what about me?
Sonic
other than getting further into Assassin's Creed and Doom, Call of Duty is the only new game I've played since then. So getting through the campaign on that with the misses. It's interesting what they've done this time around, where it's not just a linear story of, all right, you're dropped off, go left trigger, right trigger. You kind of have like a little central hub hideout, and you get some optional side missions that you can do that are a little bit like a short and sweet type of thing. I've done a couple of those, and you get to kind of build your profile of who your character is.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, so you get to do like your traits, which is like, are you a lone wolf? Are you constantly paranoid? Are you, and those have in-game perks associated to it. It's like, so if you're paranoid, your aim down sight speeds quicker, or if you're got an itchy trigger finger or whatever, there's like 17 of them. You're like reload faster.
Really good too.
Oh yeah, like I reload like that. It's insane how quick my character reloads. And you set this like quote unquote profile up at the beginning of the game where you get to put your name in and your background and stuff like that. And here's a question: do you guys remember what my unicorn name was?
No, mine was going to be Butterbean. No, what was it?
Yours was Sparkle Rainbow.
Sparkle
Rainbow.
Sorry, yes.
And Jethron, you didn't get this, but yours is Tender Kisses.
Oh, okay.
Mine was Snowbell.
Okay.
And the character code name I have in Call of Duty, which I did not assign. I could not pick this. It was assigned to me. It's
Bell, isn't
Bell.
it?
Yeah. So I'm like, well, duh. This game's made for me.
That's
Bell.
great.
Yeah.
Snowbell Dreams.
So,
I like that.
Yeah.
So you like it overall then?
Yeah, it looks good. I mean,
it looks great.
The missus has been thoroughly impressed. She's a tough nut to crack. Like, she's not easily impressed when it comes to TVs, video games, etc. Like, I played Breath of the Wild, and she looked at it for 2 seconds. She's like, "That looks like ass." and then never touched it. Didn't have wanted nothing to do with Zelda. So we played it for a
Damn.
couple hours, and she's like, it looks really good. And I'm like, yeah, it does. On the nice TV. She's like, hey, don't call my TV not nice. Because she picked the one upstairs, the one that I didn't have cinnamon problems with. So
Cinnamon dreams. Yeah, well, I wasn't planning on getting Call of Duty, and then I watched like a stream of it, and I was like, damn, that looks nice. So I might get it.
yeah, which it's just one of those, I wanted to buy something new for my new system, and
Sure.
it was pricey, but as Jethrin found out the hard way. But it's just kind of like, it's like a routine. It's like a special, you unbox the system, you hook it all up, you say your blessings, you kiss your children, you open up the cellophane on your disc, you put it in, etc., type of thing. So yeah.
Well, did you get Call of Duty? Are you thinking about getting Call of Duty, Greg?
Yeah, I got it too. I only played like the first mission or so, but it's a looker, let me tell you.
I think I might do it.
Yeah. We need to do some multiplayer together and drag Devon down the
Spoilers,
scoreboard.
Oh, I've told you this guy's a long time ago. I'm not good at video games at all.
I'm not either.
No.
We'll see who can out bad each other.
All right. Because that's that's cross-platform, right, gentlemen?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
There we go. We all could play together because Activision did the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Activision. All right. Well, we can get into the quickfire questions so that I can go play my PlayStation.
Sounds
Final
good.
thoughts on my PS5. I am really impressed with the launch software, and I think I'm super, super excited for both these consoles, Series X and PlayStation 5. I think these are two companies that know what they want to do, and they're going in two different directions, kind of. And I think they're both going to be... I think these are stellar consoles. I mean, I don't have a Series X, but everything I've read,
you would say you got your money's worth?
Hell yeah. I'm super happy with it. In fact, in terms of first impressions, it's my favorite PlayStation, and probably just in terms of like first experience touching the thing. That's saying a lot because I loved my PS4 from the beginning, but I think this is the best launch they've ever had. I don't even think it's
software-wise. Yeah, no question,
no doubt. That's my impression. It's my knee jacks. I love it. I can't wait to see what else they do with it. Quickfire questions. You boys ready?
Yes,
always.
All right. Sonic Boom, these are all PlayStation centric.
Okay, great. I'm ready.
Right. How do you personally, for your personal tastes, rank PlayStation consoles, not including PS5?
Ooh, I would say PS2, PS1, 4, and then 3.
Okay.
I think PS2, I mean, this is a whole nother conversation. I think PS2 has got one of the best libraries, hands down.
Oh, yeah, PS2.
I would say it rivals NES and Super NES. Like, it's just the breadth and the depth of that library. Like,
yeah,
it's amazing. It's astounding. Like, it had an amazing 8 years, front to back. So,
behemoth. How about you, Greg? What you got?
4, 3, 2, 1.
Damn.
Ooh, really?
Making it easy.
Everyone's been better than the last for me, in my opinion. I never had a PS1 at the time, but
really,
yeah, went back and played a bunch of it. But I had friends that did and stuff. But yeah,
I guess I would go. Damn, this is hard. PS4 is my favorite. Probably PS4, PS1, PS2, PS3. Probably. If I thought about it. All right. Now, favorite PlayStation console design.
Oh, design.
I'll
say original.
PS5.
Oh yeah, okay.
The clam.
Yeah, the clamshell. It felt like technology, for back then in the, what was it, the 99, 95? When did that thing come out?
$95 in the States.
Yeah, it felt like technology and just, I like the square with the circle and the off gray, just kind of like a nod to the original NES. So, yeah, I'll say that. And then PS2 close behind it.
The original PS2 launch version.
Yeah.
That thing was schmexy. How about you, Greg?
I think the slim PS2. Like,
man, that thing got tiny.
They all so got small. Tiny. Yeah,
especially got really tiny.
I just had the black one, but I saw the white one, and that white one looked gorgeous.
Yeah, that thing is pretty clean looking.
Yeah, I also really, really like the launch PS4.
Yeah, that was. I like the hard angles.
Yeah, it lost something going to the Pro and the Slim.
Flat surfaces, hard angles.
Edge.
Way to do it.
I also liked that half of it was matte finish and the other half had that shiny HDD bay thing. I liked that. I was kind of surprised they didn't lean into that replacement faceplate action type thing.
Yeah.
I thought they'd go hog wild with that, but they really didn't.
Yeah, no, not at all.
For me, I'd say the classic PS1. I love the look of that thing. I think it's aged really well. It's super nostalgic. And then probably PS4, after that. All right, rank order these PlayStation IPs for your personal taste. And when I'm saying this is, Last of Us is one of them. That includes 1 and 2. God of War, that includes all of them. Souls, Demon's Souls, Bloodborne. And then the other one, I'm just calling it Weta, which is Eco, Shadow, and Guardian.
We'll do God of War, Last of Us, Souls, and then Ico.
Baller. Greg, hit us with your truth.
I think it's the same. Yeah. God of War. I think I would say God of War, Souls, Last of Us, Ueda.
Decisions.
Yeah.
I'd have to go Souls. Damn, this is tough. Souls, Weta, Last of Us, God of War. But they're all.
Well, what about the MGS? Where do you put that?
I mean, if it was included,
where do you put that?
Here,
where do you put the Metroids? And where do you put the? No, I'm kidding. It's not even PlayStation.
I mean, if we're talking
about Dead Space,
Metroid always won.
Yeah, my Metroid stomps all this stuff. Metal
Gear. What about Mario?
Solid.
Does Mario go in there?
I mean, if we're talking all-time IPs, yeah, of course. These are legacy IPs.
No, just the 6 we just talked about. You must choose.
Yeah, I would go Souls, Weta, Last of Us, God of War.
Very nice.
Favorite. Jesus, where am I on this list? Okay, I'll just end with this one, which is appropriate because last week there were rumblings of Microsoft acquisition of a Japanese IP. This week, I don't know if you've heard, there's rumors that PlayStation's about to acquire Bluepoint, which I think would be a surprise to no one. But with Microsoft getting aggressive with things, what do you think is the next acquisition PlayStation should make, if any?
I mean, Bluepoint's natural. They own Naughty Dog, right?
Yeah.
And Insomniac. Oh, that's a good one. Who does the Samurai game that just came out? Who owns them?
That's Sony.
Is that Sony? Okay.
Yep.
Well, then I have no idea.
Yep.
I don't follow their business. Yeah, Sucker Punch. They're owned. I thought they were second party. Shoot. They're gonna buy the guys that make Madden. How about that? EA. No, I don't know. I don't really have any. I don't follow them enough to know what they're doing. I don't think it'll be Japanese because at this point they kind of not banning Japan, but they just don't care and getting any information about what their plans are for the Japanese market is just pulling teeth from what it sounds like. So it'll be probably a European studio.
Trying to think who would even be out there. Man, I'm having a hard time thinking of European studios. DICE, but they're too massive. They wouldn't do that.
They're owned by EA.
Right. They're locked down. Gorilla, but they already own them. Greg, you have any thoughts on this one?
I'm there's a few that I'm like surprised that they haven't bought yet, and maybe some past their prime a little bit, but I'm surprised they never bought Quantic Dream.
Yeah.
Or
Supermassive.
Yeah, I was just saying, and Supermassive. Also surprised they've never bought Housemarque.
Yeah, actually, that's a really hey, they're
Which-
European, right? They're Dutch, I think.
Yeah,
What
I think
about
so. Yeah,
the guys that did Flower?
That game company, yeah.
yeah,
that game
that
company.
game
That's
company.
actually also true.
Yeah, like that one, like one of the last second party holdouts. So
You know, it's funny too because they released another game since Journey. I don't think a lot of people even realize that. I think it's called Sky or something. And it was on
it's on iOS.
Yeah, and I had heard that it was making its way to PlayStation, or I think even
It's supposed to come to.
but I hadn't heard any updates on that. It looks really Journey-esque, but I don't know. It's interesting. It's funny because when they were making when they made Journey, that was their pinnacle for PlayStation, and at that time the market was moving to mobile, and that's where they went, and now they're like kind of forgotten in console. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, a lot of that team split off too.
Oh, did they? I didn't know that.
Went a lot of different directions after, like
Matt Neva, I guess he went to do other things.
because the team wasn't very big, right? It was like what, 12 people?
Yeah, it was really small.
It was small, yeah. The studio that I'm blanking on their name that made Abzu and Pathless.
Yeah.
That's a lot of.
Oh God,
that's some of those people.
Yeah, I know Matt Neva is the name that I know from that team, and he was on the Journey project. But I forget the name of the studio. But yeah, you're right about that.
Hello Games.
Oh, Hello Games.
Like they're really not. I mean, No Man's Sky keeps getting updates, and from what it sounds like, it sounds like it's really looks really stunning on next gen. But I don't remember. There's no microtransactions in that game, is there?
No.
I played a bunch of it, but I didn't really.
I guess they could have added. Not that I know of, though.
Because I mean, they're doing phenomenal keeping that thing supported and all the stuff they added. But like,
talk about coming back from the dead, man. That thing.
Yeah. I think someone would have to buy him at this point. I mean,
it was a strange. Like, I felt like there was like some weird like. Sony kind of threw him under the bus after a while.
They
didn't do well, and then it was like then when it came to Xbox, like Microsoft was like really backing them. And it's like, oh, they tried to like, hey, they were work with them. Come on over here. Like,
they were the nice friend that's like, oh, we got you. Come on over.
Yeah.
After, because they had all that awfulness of what happened with their studio and the game, and Sean Murray doing stuff, and it's just had a bad launch.
Have you played that game lately, Greg?
Not enough. I've hopped in for little bits of time. I've got a friend that just started playing it for the first time, and he's having a blast. He acts like I definitely need to jump in. It's also cross-platform now, I think.
And yeah, I've kind of been curious to play it again. I played it at launch, and I just felt like it was a mile wide and an inch deep, and I was like, I'm not into this. I
had an okay time at launch.
It was not something that I was going to spend a lot of time on, I could tell right away. But now it's like a completely different game, one of those stories, which I like to see. I like when games can get it done, but good on them.
It's like Fallout or Minecraft or one of those where it's either you invest everything into it and that's your whole heart, or you just get a couple hours of the experience and move on.
Right. Dip in and out. That's what I do.
Ooh.
Those are my quick fires, boys. So I guess
cool.
That wraps this up. I guess Sonic Boom, where can the people find you?
Ooh, you can find me at the Pied Piper. Or
on the Twitter.
On the Twitters, yes, or cross plot chat.
Cross plot trot. That's what
cross plot trot this week for Trottenham's hooves. Cross plot chat. I'll put it in the show notes as well. Okay. I kind of have that in there permanently now. So yeah, please send us your questions, your feedback, your how did your unboxing go? How was your HDMI cables? Send that to crossplatformchat@gmail. Let us know.
Oh, did you even get your console yet? Tell us all your horror
Yeah.
stories.
Right.
Greg, how do the people find you?
I'm at Jethrin on Twitter, Jethrin.
Best follow on Twitter. And I am at the circle button on Twitter. You can join tens of thousands of followers the world round.
All
Tens
70 of them.
thousands. 71. I got a new
Nice.
one.
Oh, you did? Oh, wow. Good.
I did. And
I've got like
it's
16, so that's
I'm sure
pretty
it's
good.
a real person.
Oh, it's not gaming.biz.bot.
No,
Okay.
I block all those.
Yeah, I do too.
All right. Well, let's wrap it up on episode 8. This is the cross-platform chat. Signing out.
Love your bodies.
Later.